Now let's hand this evening over to our presenters. Please give them your full attention and support, as this is, again, isn't easy as it looks. Our first presenter is Karina. Karina Bergmans. The title of her talk is "The Phenomenon of the Lost Mitten." As a multi-disciplinary artist, Karina Bergmans works in the mediums of fiber art, sculpture, installation, and also designs her own clothing line. What unifies her diverse artistic practice is the use of reclaimed textiles. She has participated in numerous solo and group exhibitions, and her work has been supported by grants from the Ontario Arts Council and the City of Ottawa. Katrina recently started a line of cat toys, and on special occasions, Karina has been known to turn a few cartwheels. Would you like to demonstrate? Everybody, please welcome Karina.
I'm just wondering, by show of hands in the audience here, who here has lost a mitten? So it looks like pretty much everybody here. And then also by show of hands, if there's anybody here who has seen a mitten on the ground and picked it up and put it on something like a post office box. Also, quite a number of you, the good Samaritans among you. So it was that idea, that concept, and that sort of thought, I guess, that if you pick something up and put it on somewhere, maybe someone will see it pass by. So one winter, I thought it might be an interesting idea to pick up all the lost mittens that I came across and keep track of their lost information and the date that they were found, in the hopes that maybe this information would maybe help me reunite the owner of their lost mitten. And just as a side note, I talk about mittens, but it's inclusive to gloves. As northern climate dwellers, we're subjected to wearing hand apparel for probably 6 to 8 months of the winter. So it's inevitable that they're going to get separated from us. So if it's in your pocket and you leave the streetcar, then fall in your pocket and fall in the street. And looking at when you lose a mitten, it's kind of like going through very small scale stages of grief. So it's something that we had in our possession, and then we have to grieve it because it's not in our life anymore. So we'll go through the stages of grief, such as denial. It starts with, denial. I can't believe I lost my mitten. I can't understand how I've done that. To anger, I'm kind of angry I lost my mitten. And moving on to bargaining, if I wasn't so careless I lost my mitten. Maybe if I had it on strings. Then depression. Then you get a little sad you lost your mittens because my sister made those mittens. And then acceptance, so maybe moving on to another pair, purchasing something, or maybe just not wearing any mittens at all and just giving up and going with both hands. So I've had a couple of things that I've done with lost mittens. So like I said, I collected them from the streets in my travels and for 2 winters. And then in the second winter, I wanted to was trying to figure out where I could get a large volume of mittens. So I collected them from the transit systems in Toronto and Ottawa and Montreal one winter. And then I've done a couple of installations with them. So this is an escape changing tent in Ottawa during Ottawa's Winter Food Festival. And then I was able to do some photo documentation in the lower base station, which I thought was appropriate because the lost and found office is 3 floors above. So it's kind of like the lost mittens and the little ghosts of lost mittens, and then the next image is of them going up the stairs. So this could also be a location of where your mittens get lost in the winter. And then I also did, during the winter that I was collecting them from the streets, I was also running a website at the time of lost mittens, and I would put an ad in the local paper because it's a free listing, and I thought that would be helpful if people lost a mitten. Maybe they would look in the paper to find their mitten. And then I've also photographed a large number of mittens that I've found. So I have photo documentation of probably 700 to 800 mittens. And I'm in the preliminary stages of looking for a coffee table, or making a coffee table with lost mittens. So if there's any publishers amongst you, call. And after I had collected this large volume of them, I thought it might be really interesting to start doing something. I started looking at them as material and putting them together. And I kind of wanted to get inside it for some reason. So I made a sleeping bag of lost mittens to test whether lost could keep me warm. And when you made a sleeping bag of lost mittens, then you need to make a carry pack to carry around with and take it camping. And when you've made one lost mitten sleeping bag, you have to make a second one and make a carry pack for it and take it camping with your partner. So the test results show of sleeping bag made of lost mittens are very warm, and they're actually quite heavy, and they're not at all practical for but they do serve a purpose in that it's like we're holding hands together in our loss. And then just last month, I was part of an exhibition for the National Capital Commission's Winter Loop exhibition, and I completed the project with the remaining mittens that I had, and I made a mountain of lost mittens, and this was very popular with the public in Winter Loop, and the public has made a communal contribution to this project. So I want to thank you very much for having me here today. Again, my name is Karina Bergmans, and my website is Kaleidoscope Art. You can find me on Twitter @kbergmans. Thank you so much.